Good evening MMW faithful. Welcome to Mall Survival 2022. We are live in Sheffield, and this event will be broadcast on 2K TV in the coming weeks. So please be loud, enjoy what is in store, and show your appreciation for the MMW superstars. Your opening contest is the first of the Born Survivor matches. 16 men will take part in four-way elimination contests. Each winner of those 4 matches will advance to the Born Survival Chamber alongside the current MMW champion and his number 1 contender for a chance to win the MMW Unified Heavyweight Championship. Entering the arena first, representing Federation Online, he hails from Fort Worth and is one half of the Dream Marine team. He is Sergeant Acer.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, well, we're kicking this one off in a big way. Mall Survival 2022, and this is the first of a Born Survivor concept. 4 fatal 4-way elimination matches, 16 men, whittled down to 4 who enter the Born Survival Chamber in the main event of this show, ladies and gentlemen. Not tonight's show, this is the potted history, of course. This broadcast will be part 1, will be about 3 matches probably. I'm saying this before I edit the whole thing together. Of course, this is Sergeant Acer, ready to weigh in this first match. But 16 men with an opportunity at the Unified Heavyweight Championship later on in this event. As they step inside the chamber with Big Pete and the Punisher. And that is exciting to me, as it is. Things really sort of picking up a notch as we get close to the end of the year.
The second man in hails from Glasgow, Scotland, and is an MMW original, making his debut in April 2006. He is the Celtic warrior, Tweej.
We started out in May this year again, and well, we're made it all the way to November so far. Things are looking good. Don't know what 2023 has to offer, but if things continue like this, well, you know, we can look forward to more excitement. Tweej steps inside the ropes. No stranger to championship matches. He's had quite a few in the, you know, however many years he's been around. Matt is 18, is it? 16 years maybe?
Entrant number 3 likes to party, enjoys sunshine, and currently is making his home in Grenoble in the French Alps. He is one half of the podcast party. He is Mr. Podcast.
Matt is probably slightly off, but he's been here a long time. April 2006. Part of those original 10 MMW originators. Here's Mr. Podcast, a later arrival in the MMW universe. but one with the same chance nonetheless as Tweej and any other original that is in these matches. There's possibly a few. Looking at these notes,
competitor number 4 is a former tag team champion. One half of the main event, the Southern Star Wrestlers wrestler. Kenny Time.
And Kenny Time entering an opportunity to claim singles gold. I believe Sifer's also in one of these matches later on, so there's always that fun dynamic. If both of those men should win their individual match, they'll get put inside that chamber together, and we'll see what happens inside there if that happens. Kenny now looking ready to go though, as always. Raring and ready. And let's get this on. Tweej looking ready. Podcaster in his stretches. Kenny looking angry. Here we go. Mr. Podcast with a DDT on Sergeant Acer, straight into a pin, but rope break already. Tweej power bombs Kenny Time. Snaps his elbow into the canvas. Stomps while Acer and Poddy duke it out in the corner there. And now Mr. Podcast takes Acer to the corner. Does a lovely sort of not quite Undertaker type maneuver, and Tweej with that delayed suplex. Podcast with a sunset flip type maneuver. Tweej sends Kenny to the outside with that vicious attack, and now Podcast sends Acer to the outside and attacks Tweej in the corner there. This is fast paced, a beautiful springboard elbow. Springboard back elbow there from Mr. Podcast, who goes to the top. Ooh, and the frog splash doesn't quite work out. Tweej gets his knees up, tosses Podcast to the canvas. Kenny Time back on his feet. Acer back on his feet. Both men now, all four men now back in the ring. Poddy looking to work on Tweej. Tweej picks up Poddy like a rag doll. Podcast breaks the hold. Acer now working on Kenny Time. And obviously Acer and Kenny have met in tag team competition before today. Podcast sends Tweej to the outside. The flurry of punches. Acer now on the turnbuckle, laying those fists into Mr. Podcast. And is the referee even paying attention to that? Is there not a 10 count? It should be. Podcast suitably dazed though, and now Acer using those fists, and that Savat kick taking Kenny down to the mat. Tweej back in the ring though, looking for trouble. Back elbow to Sergeant Acer, and a beautiful snap suplex type maneuver sends Acer back to the outside. Dazed and confused, and now Tweej with the future sock, the future shock, future sock, future shock on Kenny right in the middle of the ring. And that's a 2 count only, and well, that was a close one. The fundamentals were correct. Oh, and there's a beautiful swinging neck breaker from Mr. Podcast. Taking Tweej down. Kenny back to his feet. Brain scrambled after that future shock. And now he attacks Acer. Takes Acer down, mounting the punches while Poddy gets a 2 count on Tweej. And now Mr. Podcast working on Tweej's arm, snaps it back. And Tweej is rolling to the outside for a breather. Dazed, stunned and confused. Kenny picks up Poddy and drops him on the turnbuckle. And now mud stomps. Stomping a mud hole there. In the corner. Acer calling Kenny out. Or maybe directing some traffic, yes. Kenny and Acer teaming up there to attack Mr. Podcast. But Acer, with the opportune attack, goes for the pin. A 2 count only. But Kenny's dazed. Tweej back in now, sends Podcast and the apron outside. Podcast reverses the assault. Beautiful springboard hurricane runner there. And now Acer just laying those fists in. Podcast with a atomic drop and that double foot maneuver. Kenny sent to the outside, dazed and confused again. Looking for a breather, maybe. Podcast and Tweej duking it out while Acer rallies the crowd behind him. Michinoku driver from Tweej, and he went for the future shot, but Acer reversed it. Tweej reversed that fisticuffs maneuver, picks up Acer and hangs him out to dry on the top rope. Goes for a pinfall. 2 count only. And now Kenny back in. Acer gets sent to the outside. Kenny's fist there, and he's got Tweej in that restless chokehold. Sleeper type maneuver there. And Tweej
is
taps
eliminated
out.
by submission.
Tweej is gone. The first elimination of this contest. And all 3 remaining men on the outside. Podcast takes down Kenny. He gets tossed back in the ring by Sergeant Acer, who methodically looks and steps back in the ring. Gets picked up by Poddy though. And dumps him on the top of the ropes. And that clothesline. Oh, and there's the front DDT from Mr. Podcast. The pod drop. And that's another 2 count only. Almost had it. And now Kenny isn't watching what he's doing. Gets the Podcast feet.
Kenny Time is eliminated by
gone.
pinfall.
Kenny eliminated by Mr. Podcast. 2 men remain now. And now Mr. Podcast laying into Sergeant Acer another DDT. Just working on those body parts there. And he goes to the middle rope. The middle rope frog splash. Hits the mark. Picks up Acer. Springboard back elbow. Scrambling the brains, but Acer able to block that maneuver. Sends Poddy to the turnbuckle. And now ready to stomp a mud hole. Calls him out. And there's the Bronco. And now twisting Podcast, but Podcast breaking out of that hold. A kick. The atomic drop into the Podcast feet. And that's it.
Sergeant Acer is eliminated by pinfall.
Match 1 over. Let's look at some of these replays. Beautiful spinning neck breaker. Beautiful attack there on Kenny Time. Hanging out to dry. That was almost
You're a born
But yes.
survivor, moving into the chamber match main event.
Podcast victorious.
Mr. Podcast.
The first of the 4 to be eligible for the chamber. Oh well, that was excitement personified, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great way to start. Let's get on with the next match.
This next match is an MMW Women's Division submission contest. The only way to win is by making your opponent tap out.
Right, match 2. Mall Survival.
Coming down the aisle first, she is MMW's Asian roving reporter turned wrestler. Hailing from Kowloon Bay, here is Hawasavong.
Rare singles match in this evening's format. But it's at least a survival theme with submission being the order of the day. Make your opponent tap out. No pinfalls. No knockouts, I guess. Just pure bodily stretching and, wrenching to the extremities, I guess.
Let's have some fun.
And her opponent, representing Matt Dickey's Lumble Roses. She is a tower of power, looks sweet but is sour. The anarchic Candy Cane.
Candy Cane and Cho have been raising hell on the house circuit recently. And so this is where this match comes from and ends up. One of these ladies will submit to the other by hook or by crook this evening. Whether that will sort out their differences, of course, very negligible, I would surmise. We'll find out shortly. Cho looking ready. Candy Cane getting prepared, and here we go. Candy Cane looking to drag Cho to the ropes, but Cho, the first thing to do is probably not the best thing to do, but Cho on the other hand is able to do that. Looking for something here, kick to the face and a stomp to the sort of abdomen. Can barely say that, even sober. And there's beautiful working on the arm there from Cho. Cho going to the top rope already, looking for something. Candy Cane on her feet. There's the beautiful drop kick straight to the face, and it's not going to be helpful submission, but that's a beautiful release back suplex, by the way. And our Candy Cane with a leg lock in the middle of the ring. That's the kind of thing we're looking for. And now Cho straight back to the arm, looking to weaken that appendage. Sends Candy Cane to the ropes, misses that opportunity. Candy Cane now with the series of elbow shots, gut wrench suplex. But Cho takes her legs from underneath her. Candy Cane fights out of that hold and shoves Cho into the ropes. Back strikes. And now just stomping on her. And now an arm wrench of her own. Cho able to reverse that move and do like a Hurricane Run type maneuver there. Just a slap to the face. And that was an overhand punch there. Beautiful backside suplex. Cho lands hard on the neck. And Candy Cane goes straight for the neck again and into the leg lock again. Cho able to kick out of that though. And these two girls fighting hard for recognition in the women's division. Candy Cane just dragging Cho's body away from the ropes, but Cho able to kick out now. Hesitation is the enemy of success. And now Candy just smacks Cho's head into the turnbuckle, but Cho attacks her with that running single leg drop kick. And now a series of kicks. Ooh, and there's the overhead heel. And now Cho looking for something. That modified GTS type manoeuvre. A kick to the face again, wrenches the arm as well. And now just a series of kick to the calf. Beautiful Hurricane Rana. And Cho back to the top. Motions for something. Candy Cane on the feet, and there's that drop kick, but Candy Cane able to block it. Things could be on the turn. Candy Cane able to fight out of that. She picks up Cho, hangs her out to dry on the top rope there. And now she's got the stump puller. I believe she calls that the taffy pull. Because you know she's a candy themed lady. Oh, and there's a vicious knee to the back of the head, and that's going to hurt you if you're a male. Lord knows what Candy was up to there. Perhaps just showboating for the crowd. But that's not going to help you in this game. And there's the rock drop. And back to the taffy pull. She's got it locked in now. And I think, yes, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Cho taps. Let's look at some of these replays. Could have gone either way. Cho with that kick offensive and the GTS there, but yes, the rock drop and the tappy pull was just too much for Cho Hawasavong on this occasion, ladies and gentlemen. She taps out there.
Here is your winner, the mistress of the taffy pull, Miss Candy Cane.
Candy Cane victorious, and well, that was short and sweet, if you'll pardon the pun. Let's get on with the next match, see if we can get one in this episode. Well, we've had a great night so far, ladies and gentlemen. This is the next third match in this match card. More Born Survivors.
This match is the second Born Survivor match, as before the winner advances into the Born Survival Chamber main event. Entering the arena first, he is co-owner of MMW and Rampage locker room leader. High Flying Dwarf.
The HFT rightly looking for a slice of this pie. I mean, I thought I was not convinced with his nepotism, but then Pete went and outstated HFD even by my standards. And well, you know, when the company boss has the title in his hands, why shouldn't the other company boss have a stab at it anyway? He's wrestled more than Pete and probably deserves a shot in this new era. He's got to fight these other four people first, or the three people first. Whether that's fair and right? I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Here's his second opponent. The Dark Lord himself.
Entrant number 2, hailing from the darkest regions of your mind, the mystical Dark Lord.
Now,
Luke
again, a man I think more deserving of the title shot opportunity. I mean, yes, fair enough. The owners of this company like to wrestle. They're entitled to wrestle. They're entitled to do what they like in their own company time, to be perfectly honest. But well, it doesn't sit right with me, really. And I can say that in my cold bunker. Because ain't no one doing me no favours apart from, passing me this work to do. But anyway, I digress. Dark Lord Luke Sifer then, also looking for an opportunity to regain some championship gold. Obviously he has a storied past, storied history of title shots, and obviously being the one and only MMW icon.
Entering the arena at this time, the one-man wrecking crew, the master of the Uber drop, Uberbeast.
Wonder if they'll ever bring that one back. But anyway, here's Uber, you're the big man in this contest, and a man on a mission, looking to gain some ground. He's had some rocky starts recently. Maybe focus on heavyweight gold and put this man on top, because I certainly wouldn't want to mess with that guy on a dark night, or indeed any night of the week, dark or otherwise. In fact, if I saw that coming at me, I would say yes sir.
And finally, an MMW original, who was one of the original 10 at the inception of this company. The Pegasus Kid, Nata, the Greata.
Nata the Greata, an old school MPire Mall guy. One of the original 10, as Rachel just said, started back in 2006. Those early shows where the recording was so primitive that the company didn't even have enough money to do a full show, and they were just putting out those videos like mixtapes or something. Well, yeah, like a mixtape. There was no tape involved, obviously, except at source. In the early days of digitization, Nata getting an opportunity on this night. This is the first time he's wrestled here, isn't it? In this new era. But here we go. So, same as before. And they pairing off. Luke sending Nata into the turnbuckle and squeezing the life out of him with his big foot. Uber, the big guy and the little guy, duking it out in the back there. And HFD gets the upper hand there. Beautiful tune star press. Luke lifts up Nata and dumps him on the turnbuckle. Uber retaliating against HFD. Beautiful snap drop kick to the back of the head then. And now he's grabbing HFD in that reverse choke slam maneuver. Neck slam, I suppose it is, isn't it? I don't. But he's getting slammed by Luke, or at least the attempt. Rake of the eyes though, and that'll stop that. One there's the headbutt to the back of the neck from the big monster guy. And now it's just him and HFD in the ring. So he goes to attack the little guy. And HFD again comes back with that snap, quick shoot star press type manoeuvre. Sends Uber to the outside for a breather. Nata now hanging out HFD to dry. Going to the top rope. Luke going for a pin. Ooh, a 2 count only. Now Nata calling for HFD to get up. But he gets smacked by Luke there. Goes for a double axe handle. And now the stump puller. HFD now retaliating. Sends Nata into the corner. Luke attacks him in the corner. Uber misses the axe handle there. And HFD now with some offense. Gets a knee to the stomach. He's going to pick... Oh my goodness, he manages to pick up Uberbeast. And I never thought I'd see that. A 2 count. And now HFD's looking for something. The referee's looking at a 2 count on Nata there. HFD does that spinny move on the big man, and that's impressive in itself. A 2 count again. Luke going old school on Nata's shoulders. Uber picks up the dragon screw there. And now Luke looking for a tombstone and going for a pinfall. But Nate's able to kick out at the last minute. But Uber straight down. Going for another pin attempt. He can't keep him down either. So he picks up Luke and goes for that Alabama slam type manoeuvre. One man looking to take out the other big man. They hit him in the corner, HFD on the outside, and now Uber picking up Nata. Suplex across the ring there. Nata rolls to the outside, and now a choke slam. Ooh, but HFD manages to reverse that. And now Luke attacks Uber, prone on the floor, grabs HFD, tosses him to the ropes, missed that opportunity, picks him up, hangs him out to dry. Gonna snap that neck on the top of those ropes, and now he's gone for the claw. And claw is used by Lane. This is the Sifer claw type manoeuvre. Very effective. When Lane used it last. Nata and Uber on the outside there. Ooh, and there's a vicious knee to the man beast. HFD kicking Luke in the back there. Punches. And there's an uppercut there. From the Dark Lord, body slam, straightforward body slam. And, you don't see those very often, but they're always fun to watch. And there's a slam from HFD, taking down Luke. He's Nata
the Greata is eliminated.
I think at the corner of my eye there, Nata is incapacitated by Uber with Uber's brass knuckles. It looked like to me anyway. Uber going for the Alabama slam type manoeuvre thing there. Pins HFD. 2 count only. HFD just gets that shoulder up, and well, he's doing well against the big fella. He gets tossed out by the other big fella. And now all 3 remaining competitors on the outside of the ring. No count outs, obviously. Pinfalls and submissions only. And it's a beautiful DDT to the outside on Luke. Uber just tossing him around like a rag doll. Nata leaves the arena and Luke gets tossed around the edge like a big straw-filled sack. Luke now coming back on the offensive, tosses the man-beast back inside the ring. Uber gets to his feet. And now Luke going for a tombstone on the man-beast. Going for a pinfall. But Uber gets his foot to the ropes there. And now Luke looking to attack HFT. HFT reverses that. Does that HFT pump drop? 2 count only. Luke goes for a breather on the outside, and now Uberbeast with a fence of his own slams HFT into the turnbuckle, tosses him to the canvas, goes for a pin. HFT just manages to kick out of that. And now we were picking him up, looking for that running power slam. Boom! And that's all she wrote. HFT eliminated.
High-flying Dwarf is eliminated.
Uberbeast to the outside now, looking to attack Luke and just tosses him about a little bit more. Just manhandling him like a lunatic. And I guess Uber didn't get the Man-Beast moniker without being a bit mental. And this is just brutal. A brutal handling of the Dark Lord. Well, Uberbeast just really stretching the limits here, taking advantage of the dead count, as it were. Luke gets back in the ring now, making a sound. He's looking ready. Uberbeast joins him back between the ropes and slams him down to the canvas. But he was too close to the ropes there. And now he's picking him up again. The Uber drop. And now Uber to the top rope. Oh my goodness, the knee drop to the face. And now Uber picks him bodily. Looking for that running power slam right in the middle of the ring now. Goes for a pin. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Luke Sifer is eliminated.
Uber picks up the victory. And, let's look at some of these replays. There was a lot of action in this early goings. That HFT picking up Uber there was amazing. Being able to do that spinny thing and then tombstone. Yeah, that was it. Brass knuckles there. I suspected as much. HFT got the pin on that for that though, taking advantage, but then HFT gets slammed and tossed. But that wasn't enough. He managed to kick out at this point. But the running power slam was just too much. That saw him off. And then, after a brutalization outside, this running power slam takes Luke out. Uber victorious and well.
Advancing to the chamber. The man mounting.
That's it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. Good fight. Good night.